So I'm actually calling mommy to get our questions that she might want answered because mommy's a big fan. She be like, Jafar, you don't put me on your channel. Mommy, I get you on speaker, about to shoot my next episode. So for this week episode, we ask persons to send a question to an anonymous link and we gonna answer the question. Or it could be advice that they're seeking. What advice, what situation you end up in that you might need little advice on? Talk to me. Yeah, yeah. Mommy, I'm on camera, you can't be saying these things. Uh-huh. Well, even though outside is closed, you can make some fast money if you go by the cathedral or parliament building and stand up. Yeah. Alright. So this is really cool. Somebody is saying you find a book and begin to read only to discover that it is your life. You get to the point that you are at now. Do you turn the page knowing that you will not be able to change the events to come? Sticky situation. I mean, predictability reduces the thrill. It reduces the fun of something. So for me, I would stop reading the book because I wouldn't want to know what happened. But here's why it's a good question. If you know you're gonna die tomorrow from bus hitting you down, it would be good to read that so you could stay home all day. Unless you're living by that spot where they get a lot of accidents. But this is actually a real good question. Personally, I would stop reading the book because life gets boring once it's predictable. So, wow, persons went all out on the link. This person is saying their friend is always coming and tell them about their spouse sharing nudes with someone else, and they're always coming with their burden. So the friend is asking, should I continue to be that supportive friend who listens, or should I distance myself from that friend, or just tell them that their situation is overwhelming? Personally, if you're my friend and you're dumping too much on me, I should be able to tell you, yo, your situation is a burden, it's overwhelming. Do what would make you feel pleased. If that person don't want to seem to take action, don't try to get too much into it, but you should be able to tell them that that's too much for me, and they should be able to respect your space and respect your energy. Somebody else is asking, as the topic of racism is very high on the charts, do you think it's ever okay to go against your family's wish of getting involved with somebody else out of your race, even if that means you might end up losing your family? Do you think it's worth it? Personally, that's a tricky situation. How you feel about someone should never be dependent on how your family feels towards that person. So if you truly love somebody, and you, like I say, if you truly, truly, truly love somebody and your family can't accept that, then that is your family's problem. That's not your problem anymore. You should be able to live with yourself knowing that you would have made the right decision. And after you would have made that decision, it's going to take your family some years to, reconcile with you, but they will get to the realization that y'all was truly in love and their position should have never been taken, and you all should be able to live happily ever after. So yes, you should be able to leave your family once you feel that you are making the right decision to pursue your love. I don't know if I should read this. Somebody's asking me if I ever did the nasty, so I'm not gonna say that on camera. If a man get two women, red skin and dark skin woman, but he like the dark skin, which one you think he should rock with? Well, it's clear from this example that he like the dark skin, so he should take the dark skin. But we live in a time where men don't ever seem to want one person, so personally, I would say keep the dark skin because that's who he loves. That's who he likes. But if you want all two of them, then let them live happily ever after. Oh my teacher. Somebody's asking me, what is a wise business to start in this season? Delivery. I wanted to start a delivery before pandemic hit, like 2 months before pandemic. I never got it off the ground because I got tied up doing too many things. But delivery has been making a set of money because nobody can go anywhere online shopping is a good business idea to do also. Those are good business. I don't want to give all, but even if you don't start the business, this should be the perfect opportunity to design your business plan so that when everything comes back to normalcy, you can kickstart everything faster than usual. Somebody else is asking me, is it cheating if I accept things non-sexual from other men although I'm in a relationship? I wouldn't say it's cheating. However, if you know that these guys that are giving you gift wishes to be with you or have sex with you, and you still allow them to be in your presence and give you gifts, then that is totally outside of your relationship and you should desist. But if it's like a friend, a male friend or male friend just likes buying you stuff, which is weird and unheard of, but if that's the case, collect all the gifts that you need. Somebody saying, I need 875 more YouTube subscribers to start getting paid. Playing. Oh, they're playing. Somebody saying, when is the appropriate to get married? As long as it's legal in your jurisdiction to get married, and you want to get married, and you have that person that you want to be married to, and they wants to be married right there and then. To me, there's no age on when somebody is ready or not ready for marriage. You can get married at any age and it could work. How do I convince my girl to have a threesome? Now, here's the thing. You cannot convince your girl to have a threesome. Well, here's a more subtle way of doing it. You just have to let your girl grow into that curiosity stage where she's asking you, babes, you ever think about this? Babes, you think about it. From the minute you try to convince a girl who has never done a threesome to get a threesome, you're kind of feeding into our mentality to never have it, period, point blank. So the good thing to do is to let your relationship wear on, you try new things, explore new options. Because girls are always going to be watching girl, but you don't want to take that conversation to her about inviting another girl in. You could, it's not best policy. So my thing is, don't mention it. Just let your girl grow into it. If she never grows into it, it's cool. I'm Muslim, so I don't believe in it. This is a lame dude. So he's saying, every girl I talk to keep friend zoning me, and advice on how to avoid the friend zone. Stop talking to girls. Just don't talk to them. Just let them talk to you. So you see, the thing about trying to get a girl, there's a language, there's an art, there are certain things that you need to take seriously or pay attention to. So girls are definitely gonna friend zone you if you keep talking about friend zone kind of stuff and you're never trying to throw it in or throw a ball. But again, there's more subtle ways of doing it. You're not, trying to get into her mental state. You're not trying to spiritually feel that person. And I mean, you don't have to exert all that energy to get a female, but to get past that friend zone, there's certain things that need to be done. You can come to my class. I usually have free classes for guys, and it's 100% success rate. They usually get the girls what they want. So you can message me. The number should be on your screen. When do I tell my girlfriend I have AIDS? Now, if you have AIDS and you still want to date, I think it's best to lay that out up front. First thing. Like for me, the first thing I told my wife was, yo, if you're going to be in a relationship with me, you got to be ready for marriage. If we get married, you got to cook my food at a particular time. You got to cook my breakfast at a particular time. Dinner got to be prepared X, Y time. You got to be able to read. So I laid out the groundwork, everything from jump, and it's been a smooth sail. My point to you is, you don't wait till you get to the sex part of the relationship to tell somebody about something that's a sexual risk, because it then reduces their likelihood of having sex with you. So you should tell the person if you have AIDS up front. I want a baby, but I don't know how to tell my man or fiance I'm ready. Well, if you want a baby and your man don't want a baby, then the conversation really needs to be had about you guys wanting a baby as opposed to I wanting a baby. Because what you don't want to end up with a spouse who's unhappy because you're bringing a child into the world, especially if it's a man. I don't personally prescribe growing your kids without a male presence in their life, and I don't think you should want to have a baby so bad that you go against your partner's wishes to have a baby, because you might force him to have that baby, and if he doesn't feel like he wants a child, he can literally abandon you and that child playing a minimal role or a non-existent role in that child's life. So Period. Point blank, don't do it. So somebody is saying they're seeking advice. They are mentally scattered. They kind of suffering from a bipolar attitude. And because of that, it's helping them to maintain a not so healthy social life. They're having struggle with friends, loving themselves, even being positive. It can create a situation where they're drowning in their past, because of the fact that they would have been through a traumatic experience or traumatic experiences in the past. They're also saying that they think it makes themselves toxic and destructive, if you want to label it. And it helps them to lose control or lessen the ability to control their anger and mood swings. And it is stemming from the fact that they can't get over the past. And sometimes, every time they're in a place where they think that they are making progress, everything just seems to crumble and burn, and then they have to start over that whole process of becoming happy. Counseling or therapy doesn't help, and they're basically asking me advice on what is it that they can do, or what is it that I think can help. Now, I just want to say that I was going to say counseling and therapy, but you're saying that counseling and therapy doesn't help, which puts me in a sticky situation, since I'm not academically qualified to tell you what to do. If you're having trouble loving yourself, being a religious person, I can tell you turn to the Quran. But if you're a Christian, assuming that that's your guide, I think you should turn to your Bible. I don't know how good that would be, but Islamically, I would tell you turn to your Quran. The Quran is, and even if you're not Muslim, the Quran is a very beautiful book which teaches you how to not only love yourself, but how to be an holistic being, how to be a pure individual who is free from burden of the world. You feel in sync with God. It creates this relaxing atmosphere, and all it would take is for you to read the Quran for about 30 minutes every day, and that's a little bit too much because sometimes a verse is shorter. But my point to you is, loving yourself is actually a process that you have to be able. It takes you on a journey of feeling comfortable with situation as it is, and it takes you to the understanding that whatever bad you're going through, it wouldn't last forever, and there's always this glimmer of hope in the future. So I would say to you, try to get to love yourself and be happy with all that's happening to you. These traumatic experience has built you into the person that you are today, and you're gonna get better. Kanye West said something very beautifully. He said, everything I'm not makes me everything I am. So it goes to say, whatever you think that you should be that you are not is absolutely fine, because that really and truly makes you who you are. And you should be able to say, that guy or that girl, I love you. And you're actually saying that to yourself. So again, read the Quran, read your Bible if that helps, your Bhagavad Gita if that helps. But you as the individual has to be pure with your own soul. Accept situation as it is. Don't look too deep into it, but understand that tomorrow will be better. So what advice would you give to someone going to college and working full time? It's beautiful to be making your own money and studying to elevate yourself, but it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough on you mentally, because as soon as school gets tough, it seems like your job would usually get tougher, and you're having this clash of settling your mindset. So I would say try as much calming mechanism as possible, even before the shit hits the fan. Try to find a coping mechanism that would enable you to be as calm as possible all the time, because you don't want your work and your school to collide and it end up overwhelming you, and you end up at a position where you lose your job, and because you lose your job, you become depressed and you can't be able to function mentally for school. So yes, find that balance and work with it, because we know life is a balance. How do you know when you've met your other half, as they say? I don't know about another half. I'm a whole person, and I would love to meet another whole person. So I wouldn't be able to tell you when you would know you reach your other half. But assuming that I know what you're asking, I don't think there is anything that helps you to find what the other half is. I think through experience and through it all, you get to realize that this person is perfect for you, and that person get to realize they're perfect for you. And it's usually a magic between you, yourself, that person, and God, and that's how it works. But I can tell you there's a specific criteria to meet your other half. I once met my dream girl. She was beautiful just the way I pictured her in my mind. She shattered my heart and I ended up heartbroken. So that's that. They been by the people by a child to Dogo Dogo, and the father came home and she had to run out, forget her underwear. The boy said he mother found it and cuss his father out. Never again, Ras. Hotels there. My fans are crazy. So this person didn't even ask me for advice. They just wanted to tell me that the boyfriend, mother, and father got in a problem because she left super auntie by the house. So that's all for this week, folks. Thank you guys for watching this video. Ensure to like and comment on all of our videos. Be sure to subscribe and share the page. Every time you recommend the page, one of your sin goes away, which means it increases your chances of going to heaven. I don't want to go to heaven.